I'm Michael Sean Harris, and you're listening to Mike's Moment of, a weekly podcast in which I, along with my guests, share our various interests in moments of inspiration, truth, life, technology, culture, and more. I hope you're entertained and informed, and that you feel inspired to join me again and again in my moments of. Welcome to another Mike's Moment of. This time it's a moment of gratitude. And I'm here with the Reverend Dr. Sheila McKeithen. Reverend Sheila.
Or Sheila.
Yeah, Sheila. Reverend Sheila is just such a great mentor for me. Yes.
Really?
Yes, you are.
You never told me that.
Yeah, and especially with things with gratitude and healing. And I know that's the cornerstone of your teachings and stuff. So I really wanted to talk about gratitude today, about what is a gratitude practice? What does it mean? How does it affect your life? Why would you want to get into a gratitude practice? I have a gratitude practice. I've been posting on Facebook for about 9 years now, daily.
Wow,
gratitude
it's been
posts.
that long?
It's 9 years.
Wow.
This is 9 years.
Wow.
And before that was in a journal. And I think I started because you suggested starting a gratitude journal. So let's start. Let's go into.
Okay, all right. Well, I think it's interesting, Michael, that you would ask me about gratitude. I think this is a show that you could have done all on your own because of your 9+ year gratitude practice. Because as you said, you were giving thanks in a journal privately, even before you made it a public practice for people to share with you in practicing gratitude.
Right.
A lot of people won't practice gratitude because they say my life sucks. What do I have to be grateful for? I mean, really, if you only knew how I grew up, what happened to me, even yesterday or even this morning, you wouldn't be talking about, being grateful. How can I be grateful? So I want to just start by saying that gratitude is an attitude that you decide to adopt. Not that you skip through life being happy and, putting on a smiley face and every time I see you, you're all upbeat. That's not what gratitude is. Gratitude is an attitude that even when life sucks, I am going to find something to be grateful for. So
it's a choice. It's a decision.
It's a decision that you make. And I think when more people become aware of that, they'll make the decision to be grateful. In today's world, there is much research now that shows that an attitude of gratitude blesses you in many ways. So, for instance, I was reading some research, and I wish I could quote it to you. But there's some research that shows that the more grateful you are, the quicker you heal.
Really?
Yeah. That test was done with people having different, the same surgery. One group practiced gratitude, one group didn't. One group just healed a whole lot faster than did the other group. And I can personally speak to that because even when I was in a hospital bed and couldn't walk and had to wait for somebody to bring a bedpan. Wow. I mean, I don't know how much lower you can get than that. I practiced gratitude. I would look down at my toes and I said, everything is working for my good. And I would wiggle my toes. And I said, look at that. I can wiggle those toes. Look at that. So in the midst of my despair, I still found something to be grateful for. I woke up this morning. You didn't have to wake up. Waking up is a gift.
That's right.
So I'm still here. So no matter what happened to me, no matter what happened in my life, in my circumstances, no matter how devastating it appeared, and gratitude doesn't say that you don't recognize and acknowledge wrongdoing in your life.
Right.
On your part or on the part of another. That's not what gratitude is saying. But give thanks that you live to tell your story. Give thanks that you found a way out. give thanks that you're here today, and you can maybe mentor somebody else who is going through the same situation, who may even want to give up on their life.
Okay.
So there's always something to be grateful for, but you have to look for it, because the facts are just blaring in our faces, and sometimes all we do is look at the facts instead of acknowledging what did happen.
Right.
We know what happened, but look what could have happened but didn't happen.
Right. And there's something, as you mentioned, about like acknowledging facts. I remember you saying at one point that, you know, facts change, but the truth
remains the same. Absolutely.
Right. And there's certain absolute, like, universal truths.
Absolutely. For instance, there is a you that you're not yet acquainted with. There's a you in every single person. And on the path of spirituality, it's known by different names. But there's this aspect of you where that the divine has implanted in every soul. And when you awaken to who and what you are really,
right,
you're more than the social status, the symbols, what you drive, where you live, who you date, who you married, how many children you have, what's your career choice, how much money you have in the bank. There's a you that is you irrespective of all of that.
Right.
And most people don't dive deep enough to uncover that aspect of themselves. Now, I met it when I was young, in my 20s, because the doctor said the Sheila you're looking at had to die in less than 6 days. So she had to find the one who was more than a conqueror.
Right.
You know, the one who is already approved of by the divine, the one that has gifts and capacities that are greater than even she knows. I had to find her, and thank God I'm still walking with her today. I didn't send her back to sleep once I came through that experience. Right. So gratitude pulls up out of you something that you didn't even know was there, and it may be the very thing that you need to see you through what you're facing at this particular time.
What I've found when I started to practice is that sometimes it feels almost fake. Because you're seeing these things and you have these feelings,
right.
You know, maybe you're angry about something, or
you don't have no money.
You have no money.
You know, you still haven't been hired for that job.
So it feels like, why am I giving thanks for something that obviously isn't real, you know? So, but then you keep doing it anyway. It's almost like you fake it till you make it almost, you know? So you keep doing it, and you realize that your outlook does change after a while of doing it, even a few hours or a couple of days of doing it, and you realize that you're feeling better just because of it. And in feeling better, then you start to attract better things to you, better relationships, better attitudes, better circumstances.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes you're giving thanks not just for things that actually happened, but things that you want to happen.
Absolutely.
You know, for a way that you want to become, for a pattern that you want to form.
Absolutely.
Or, you know, some kind of a habit that you want, a positive habit that you want to take on.
Yes.
So you're giving thanks for this. You're giving thanks for being a good steward for the things that you have.
Yes.
Yes. Giving thanks for fingernails.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, sometimes it's the littlest thing, but the littlest things are important. And
Absolutely.
You take them for granted. So, you know, giving thanks for having a comfortable bed. Because not everybody does have that.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that is so true. But, you know, the thing is that there is, every time you give thanks, what you're doing is you're taking a concept, an idea, and you're placing it at the forefront of your brain. And when you do that, you are then giving it your attention. It has your attention.
Right.
So if I give thanks for my perfect job. Now, right now, you're unemployed. You've sent out 200 resumes. You haven't heard anything, but you are giving thanks for your perfect job, because it's not about where you currently are, but it's about where you want to go. So because you have spoken that word, because you have written it down, now it's at the forefront of your consciousness. So there's a part of you that says, perfect job, where is it? Where is it? Right. So wherever you go, you will automatically tune into an opportunity. There may be something on a bulletin board that nobody sees, but you'll see it. You know why? Because you're in tune and in step with a new job.
Right.
You will begin to hear about opportunities. Why? Because you're in tune with a new job. people may even call you and just in an offhand comment mention something about a company opening, or I was somewhere and I heard this, and Sheila, I thought about you.
Right.
And you're thinking, how in the world did she think of me out of all the people she knows? But it's because you have it at the forefront of your consciousness, and it's like a radio station. You're actually broadcasting it out. You're broadcasting it out, so you're more likely to meet people, uncover situations where the exact thing you have on your mind is what happened. We know this because there's certain people we've thought about.
Right.
And guess what? They called.
Yes.
Or we got an email from them. And we say, how did you know that? I was just thinking about you. All of us have said that sometime in our lives. And so the same concept works.
Right. In giving thanks for something that hasn't happened as yet. I mean, there's a practice of visioning, or and sometimes that practice is putting this thing and having this feeling of this thing that you want to happen, and embodying this feeling. And I think giving thanks for this thing is a part of that. It forces you, not really forces you, but encourages you to be happy about this thing that you're expecting,
yes,
or that you're wanting. So you're in the space as if you already have it.
Absolutely. And then you begin to create your space to accept it. So for instance, I cleaned off my front porch, yes, because one of the things I wanted a nice, ferns hanging and nice plants. And so the ones I had that I thought were really nice, I left them there.
Right.
And, I just came in from a trip on Saturday and walked into my foyer area. And lo and behold, it had all been done for me as a birthday gift.
That's wonderful.
It had all been done, but I have been talking about it for over a year and giving thanks for it every time I go in and out of my place. And now it has happened. And I am so grateful. And it just shows you. So I'm saying to myself now, what is my expectancy now? And because if you have no expectation, then you shouldn't be surprised when nothing happens in your life.
Okay.
So when you're giving thanks, you're saying, I have an expectation that this is going to happen. And this isn't magic. Most people would say, oh, all I got to do is give thanks. No. No. There are certain ideas and urges that will come to you, certain leadings that you must then follow, because it's also work.
Yes, okay.
Practicing gratitude is work. Sometimes you want to cry, you don't want to give thanks. Sometimes you want to kick somebody,
yes,
you don't want to give thanks. And so remembering that this is about my journey, and I have decided to have a heart of gratitude. Gratitude is good for your heart. If you've got heart trouble, start to be more grateful.
Yes.
Start to be more grateful, as well as, other things that you may need to do on the physical plane.
Right.
But, like forgive and, watch your eating habits, mm-hmm, and all of that stuff. And so we're here. Every day we wake up is something to be thankful for.
We've been speaking about giving thanks for things for yourself,
mm-hmm,
and about your own life. How does giving thanks? Because I do this as well. I give thanks for other people who are in my life, and I give thanks for things that I know that they want to happen as well. I give thanks that it is happening for them. Even
wonderful.
If it doesn't. How does giving thanks for other people and for what they want as well? How does that activate? I
think it amplifies your gratitude. Okay. I think it amplifies it even more, like 10 times. Maybe even 100 times.
Wow.
Because underneath that is a fundamental belief that you have, Michael, that there is enough for everybody.
Yes.
Most people won't give thanks for other people because they say, no, let me get mine first.
Okay.
Because there may not be enough left, or, it may run out, or this may be happening for a season and then a dry spell comes. But when you have the courage and the heart to give thanks for someone else as well, or other people,
yes,
other nations,
yes,
when you can actually bless other people, and in fact, even bless those who are working against you, I believe you multiply your gratitude, and you multiply your sense of expectation, and therefore your results return to you in a much I don't want to say a rapid fashion.
Right.
I really believe that, and even if it returns as an urge to give thanks even more.
Okay.
So we have a choice. I think fundamentally that's what we're saying.
That's difficult.
We can walk through life. Yeah, but you have a choice.
Yeah.
You can walk through life grumpy, right, and being Scrooge, and see what that does for you. Try it out. Try it for 10 days.
Yeah, is it working
10 days
for you?
of gratitude, 10 days of grumpiness, and then decide which one is working for you.
True.
Which one is working for your health, your outlook, your life's possibilities, how you see yourself. I bet you start to look better after 10 days of giving thanks.
That's right. I mean, I was about to say it can't hurt, but it really can hurt. If you're being grumpy for 10 days and going on 10 years. It can physically hurt.
Yes. Yeah. So just try it out for yourself. And that's what I like about life. I treat life as a laboratory, or as we would say in Jamaica, a laboratory.
Right.
And I experiment in it.
Okay.
So if somebody says to me, gratitude, it works, it doesn't work, then I will say, okay, for 3 days, I will be my normal self, which is grumpy.
Right.
And then for 3 days, I will try and just look through life with a positive attitude. That's all gratitude is. It is not saying deny the facts that are in front of you. Don't deny them. As a matter of fact, look at them and deal with them. Right. Deal with them. Do your spiritual work, that whatever helps you to deal with whatever life's crises are. I use forgiveness. I also use prayer. And I ask for help.
Okay.
God of the universe, just help me with this. Help me to understand. Help me to face this. Help show me what I must do. Speak through me, et cetera, et cetera. And then I expect to have that help when the time comes.
So, let's say there's someone who is quote unquote against you. Can you give thanks for them being against you? Because maybe that's leading you to something else. Maybe what they're thinking is them being against you is actually steering you into something that's better for you.
It's so interesting that you would ask that question, because as you asked it, what popped into my mind is the passage from Genesis in the Holy Bible where Joseph says to his brothers, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good.
Right. Yes.
Right? And so people can plot and plan and mean it for evil, but you are not responsible for what people are plotting and planning. What they sow, they will reap. The ditch they dig for you, they are also digging for themselves.
Right.
And so therefore, all you can do is meet every moment in life as honestly as you can, as lovingly as you can, as graciously as you can, and know that whatever they are plotting is not a part of my agenda. I am going to, as Spike Lee's movie says, do the right thing.
I know you're getting your Jamaican proverbs little by little, but there's one that says, if you dig one hole, dig two. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, if you dig one hole, dig two. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's a matter. It's all, if you keep thinking, I have a choice here.
Yeah.
Even if you are bound, keep saying, I have a choice here. I have a choice. Because when you don't believe you have a choice, then you become a victim of your circumstance. But nothing can prevent you. No amount of gagging, no amount of bondage. And I hope nobody is in bondage in that way. That's my prayer. But no matter how downtrodden you think your life is, you can always think up.
Right.
You don't have to think down, distressed, and disappointed. You can think up. You can be like the little engine. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. The engine is saying I think I can, but it's not over the hill yet. It's just saying I think I can, but it keeps thinking that. And so many of us need to go back and read that book.
Right.
That little book, I Think I Can. The Little Engine That Could is the name of the book.
That's right.
And you can find it on the internet. Just go and read that and listen in just a child's-like mindset and begin to say to yourself, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, until you can.
There's another nursery rhyme that comes back to me often because I think of it in a new way now, which is row your boat.
Really?
Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. And it really is, it's going downstream, thinking of life in this way, being grateful for it. Life is but a dream. And I think it works.
It works.
in that way as well.
I never thought about that. I have to work with that one. Yeah. Okay. Good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Just keep rowing. Row your boat.
And
life is a dream. Row your boat.
Exactly. And
but they don't like me. Row your boat.
That's right.
And did you hear what they said about me? Row your boat.
And gently
Beautiful.
down the stream, you don't have to do all the work.
You don't
downstream,
have to do all the work.
You kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
there.
You just kind of go with the flow. Oh, that's so good,
there's no resistance, is what that is.
That's really good.
Yeah. What are the different ways that a gratitude practice can look like? Mine has become, I think, on Facebook, and I'm doing it.
And you do Instagram too now, don't you?
I do it on Instagram as well, and I do it because I know that other people will read it as well, and it will encourage them. They might not respond, or I might not know they're reading it, but I know some people are. That's why I do it there. And also it keeps me accountable to myself to do it, because
Wonderful.
I had a couple of people who, if I don't post, I go, where's the post? Where's the post? So,
Yeah.
but
Pat in Canada does that to you sometimes.
Exactly.
I've seen that on the
That's
page.
right.
But Michael, so what happened today?
Exactly.
It's very good. And we all need accountability partners,
Right.
because we forget, we get busy, and it's really a great thing. So I would say early in this new year to your listeners, if you get an accountability partner, even if it's for different areas of your life, you have one person holding you accountable with your finances, one person holding you accountable with your career, one person holding you accountable for whatever areas you want in your life, your goals and dreams, that would be wonderful. Just to stay on track, because before you know it, the year is over.
True. It's halfway there already.
Yeah.
So it can also be a journal.
It can be a journal.
Are there other ways? Are affirmations, gratitude?
Just be creative.
Just be creative.
You could even pick up a newspaper and listen to or read a devastating story and begin to find something in that story to give thanks for.
Right. Right.
I'm glad there were members that survived.
Yes.
I'm grateful that they had family now who loves them. I'm grateful for the outpouring of love. I'm grateful that I can offer a prayer of thanksgiving, and I offer it now.
Right.
So there's no time that you can't give thanks, and you have to be creative. I don't think we should just maybe say this is the way you're grateful. Karen Drucker has a song, as you know, that I love.
Yes.
Called Gratitude, and you guys may want to Google it on YouTube. And she says, gratitude before me, to the left of me, to the right of me, gratitude all around me. And I love it. And she just says, I'm so grateful. And that's what the whole song is about. And that's Karen Drucker.
I'll include the link in the show notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's really good. So
it could
I
even
would
be
say
a group activity, couldn't it?
It could be a group
between
activity.
Your friends or your
between
family.
Your friends and family. Find a creative way where I call you and say, today I'm grateful for, and then you call another member of the family or a friend, and you call somebody else. Start it on your Facebook page, your social media pages. You could just start your day with, today I'm giving thanks for, and then go ahead and post whatever your usual things are. So you can form a gratitude group on social media.
True.
And just between your friends, or even for the world, invite people to come and post something you're grateful for every single day, or once a week, or once a month. What are we going to practice gratitude for, and how are we going to put action behind our gratitude?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think kind of taking stock of what's happening with you and seeing how is it impacting your life.
Absolutely.
Because I think once you start to share that as well with other people, they'll see the benefits of it as well.
Absolutely. Conduct an experiment with yourself with gratitude. If you're going through a health challenge, somebody listening will be having some type of a health challenge. And I would say, go to that part of your body, your tummy. Go to that part of your body, your chest, your head, and say, I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful. And begin to just give gratitude and just see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what will happen, but just give thanks.
Yeah.
I do know if you go and curse that part of yourself or fill it with a bunch of fear, what will happen?
Right.
The disease will move more rapidly.
Yes.
So, but if you become grateful and say, I'm just going to be grateful. I was told a story about a lady here in Kingston, and the doctor said, listen, you're in stage 4, whatever, and we're not going to be able to help you or whatever. And the lady packed up, told her husband she was going to their house up in the hills, took the gardener, planted fresh vegetables, just stayed away from everybody, away from negativity, since the doctors couldn't do anything anyway. So she just went up to just live out her days in peace and have fun and smell the fresh air, and came down a year later, they couldn't find anything wrong with her. And that was right here. Yeah. So
we need to hear more of those stories.
Yeah, we need to hear more of those stories. Well, I mean, I have a ton of them, but you don't have time. So you have to invite me back.
Oh, we definitely will.
Yeah, that's great.
Well.
Yeah, so just find a practice that works for you, because everybody is different, and practice it. And then, what's very simple is to let gratitude flow from your lips.
Yes.
Tell people around you, tell one person every day, I'm really grateful for you. You're inspiring me, or thank you. You always seem to when I fall down, you're right there to pick me up, and I appreciate that. Or we were in that meeting today and there was a point I forgot and you brought it up for me, and I want to just thank you for that. Yeah. So if we begin to do that, we'll find that gratitude comes a little bit more easy.
But that kind of practice could transform our community, couldn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
If everybody started doing that. Can you imagine
if everybody was so grateful for each other and for their contribution to a community? Nobody in that community would want to go into anybody else's house and steal anything.
Absolutely.
Or beat up anybody, or even gossip about anybody. True. Because they're grateful. It'll transform a spiritual community too if we all just practice gratitude.
Amazing. Thanks, Reverend Sheila.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
So, I mean, I'd love for people who are listening to comment on what is your practice, if you have one.
That'd be great.
And also, what results have you seen from this practice? How has it impacted your life or your family, your friends? It'd be good to know. Let us know. All right.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Thank you. This is a great moment.
This is a great moment with Mike.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.